Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. I am Jeff Sitz, the maestro, misrepresenting this merry medley of magnificent myths, mounting Marshall Myers, and meshing monologues we mention as Dungeons & Dragons. If you joined us last week, we are so happy to have you back. And if it's your first time joining us on a Thursday night, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. I would shake your hand through this camera if I could. If you haven't yet, be sure to catch up with our story thus far by watching previous episodes. We upload them each week on Saturday to YouTube at youtube.com 4geeksbygeeks. Sorry, youtube.com/ there is a slash in the middle of that. 4geeksbygeeks. Or listen to them in the podcast format by looking up 4 Geeks by Geeks on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever else you may be able to find podcasts. Like, behind your toilet? I don't know. Maybe. With me today, we've got our players Boser, masquerading as the mischievous magician Merrick, and T, who's personating a masterful mugger.
Personating? Personating.
We are short a player today, but if you tuned in last week, you will understand why Gaia is not keen on being with the group right now.
Shit got intense. Like
a little
camping.
bit.
Cause he a little bitch.
Are you two ready for this 2-player session today?
Probably not, but here we are.
Such roleplay pressure I have never come upon in my life.
I mean, you've done improv scenes with just 2 people, right?
Yeah. Is this a bad time to say those don't go well for me? He's a theater major. He's good at improv.
Hey,
Wrong.
T, can we just take that last bit out in post?
Nope.
Thanks. Damn. Well, previously on Dungeons & Dragons Ball Z, our adventurers arrived on a strangely geometric island to resupply, teaming up with the mysterious myth, a thick kitty, who guided them through the jungle based on vibes alone. They ended up finding a cave leading down into the ground, which myth ended up slipping down into and out of sight. The rest of the group quickly followed, and after some strange realizations that this underground temple that they found was in fact related to the institute that Merrick grew up in. The very same institute that Gaia's remaining monastery members attacked to recover Nuri's egg from. We left off with Nuri snapping at Milos in the tension and running off deeper into the ruins, and Gaia disappearing off after her. With Merrick close behind, Milos stayed behind to make sure that Merrick didn't get left behind. Lots of behinds in this episode, I guess.
All the behinds.
Hopefully no beehives.
behinds.
Milos is allergic to bees.
That's
Fun
canon
fact.
now. I'm gonna throw some bees.
I cast anaphylactic shock. Anaphylactic shock and grasp.
That's a good one.
I like that. That is... that's what I needed to start this session off. But with you two still in the very room where you have a corpse, a long dead corpse, up on a raised platform, and a bolt stuck in the wall of the opposite end of the room where a strange, leathery-skinned, bat-winged creature disappeared from. What do Milos...
Man bat.
What do Milos and Merrick do? Myth is still missing. Gaia and Nuri just ran off out of the room. If you are looking at the map on Roll20, you are not sure which direction is north right now, but if we're looking at the orientation of the map, bottom of the room, south side of the room.
Shoot. I realized that I can't have...
Fuck. Captain is going to be pissed. How do we lose 2 people in 5 minutes?
We have to get after him. I'm very overwhelmed right now.
I thought politics in the depths got bad. Let's go. And Milos is going to head towards that door orientation-wise on map south to us, but...
Wait for me! And I'm coming after you.
All right. Heading out of that south door, to the right you've got the pile of rubble and a room that opens up a little bit more directly ahead of you and to the right. Or to your left you've got the room that you came in from and a archway on the opposite side of that room.
Can I do a survival check to see if Nuri and Gaia left any level of track that we could follow?
It is flooded in this, so walking down the stairs,
that's right.
You've got water halfway up the stairs, and the rooms in front of you are flooded 6 feet up with another 6 feet of airspace above.
Milos is going to wait for Merrick to get on his back again, and then he is going to proceed towards that east doorway, going through that archway that we have not explored yet.
You got it.
Can you just highlight where we're at on the map? I'm showing the map right now.
Going through here.
Ooh, okay.
So with that,
Did you say I'm on your back?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was. I realized that I couldn't see my character sheet and look at the map, so I had to move things around live on screen. So you're welcome, chat.
Both of you have dark vision, actually. So I
sure
should
do.
reveal the majority of this room. There we go. So you two come into a room that has 6 pillars, an opening opposite you on the or an archway, another archway opposite you, a collapsed wall that instead of just being a collapsed pile of rubble is actually another cave opening. And you can see the water kind of draining down into that direction. And then another opening to your right, again, based on the orientation of the room, on the same wall as you, west wall, but further down.
Well, how do you know he went this way?
I don't know anything about anywhere at this point.
Coggin, do you know where he went?
Let me check. Are you sure you want to find him, though?
No, but I thought he was my friend, and then I just found out that he might have killed Mom and Dad and attacked us, and I just don't know what to do.
He did come this way, but he ran outside of my vision not long after.
Can I hear Cog at this point, or is he just talking to Merrick?
It is just Merrick.
Cog says he went this way, but
1 second, I'm so sorry.
he doesn't know.
Uh-oh. Cog is just talking to Merrick right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Cog says he went this way, but he doesn't know where he went now.
Yeah, we still need to have a conversation about this.
What's there to talk about?
The fact you have an imaginary friend that can now speak to all of us and that you are solely taking advice from without speaking with anybody else.
He is not imaginary.
And then lying to us about it.
I didn't lie. I don't like lies. I didn't
Omission
lie.
of truth is still lying.
I didn't know if I would be in trouble.
I'm more upset that you have this creature that is clearly capable of impacting the world running around with us, and we have no idea what his capabilities are or things he can do.
He is my friend, and he has helped me every step of the way. He was my friend at the Institute. He's my friend now.
You're my friend. I don't know Cog. I can't say Cog is my friend, so can I trust that Cog has my interests in hand?
Are you two floating in the middle of this room having this conversation?
Yeah, it's probably a conversation we would have had kind of floating into it.
So your voices are echoing around in this chamber. Arched ceilings that come to a point. And again, you've got on average about 6 feet of height from the water up to the ceiling, but at those points it raises up to about 10 feet of height.
And we just see some pillars and some rubble. And
You see some
entrances.
pillars coming up out of the water, some rubble in the far corner, and a couple of entrances.
Okay.
Give me a perception check, actually, if you are taking the time to look around the room while talking.
Perception.
Oof. Can it be my passive?
You know what? Actually, yeah. With you, if you are not looking around the room and you are just kind of,
Noticing things all the time.
yeah, just kind of keeping an eye out as you are having this conversation, your passive is 19?
It's 20 now.
20 now.
I'm that kid that notices everything, so don't use any bad words.
Right. You think you notice a shift in the water in the archway directly to your right coming into the room, but you look over in that direction and there's nothing there. It's hard to hear anything because you still have the echo of roaring water just pushing through all of the chambers.
What was that?
I guess we should probably go look, huh?
What if it's Gaia and he's just waiting to attack us?
And we prepare ourselves. And Milos is gonna pull up his crossbow.
All right.
And I'm gonna start wading that direction, trying to see from like a vantage point, kind of arcing my way in to kind of getting like a good view of the entryway to not go in completely blindsided.
And you just feel Merrick's claws like around your neck.
Ow!
Sorry.
Going through that doorway, that archway to the, or to your right, it, oh come on, oh wrong one. It opens up into another room. The wall directly in front of you is collapsed. The water here is a little bit more still, and you see it kind of, you see waves forming and bouncing off the far wall. There are stairs coming up out of the water into a room beyond that you cannot see into.
So there's waves, but a doorway.
No doorway, just a... Because you are coming from...
Sorry, stairs, but waves
Yes.
would indicate that something is blocking those stairs. Because if it's waves
No.
bouncing off, that means there's
Well,
no
the waves
current
are-
flowing through that
The
stairway.
waves are... The waves are coming up and crashing onto the stairs because the stairs come up out of the water.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I see what
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
I see what you're saying now.
Yep.
Do you want to get out of the water for a moment?
I'm not in the water. I'm on your back.
You got me there. And I'm going to head towards the stairs.
Heading up the stairs, Merrick, you hear a rumbling coming from the next room as you get close to the stairs. You hear...
Wait. I hear something.
What's your gut telling you? Or it's dangerous? Or...
Well, it kind of sounds like when Nui is sleeping, but louder and bigger.
I don't think we should probably not go this way. Let's probably circle back and go through that other archway.
Okay. But what if Nui's in there? What if it got Nui? Well, then it wouldn't be asleep. Unless it woke up and it ate it and went right back to sleep.
That would be a very fast turn of events, and I don't think that's the circumstance here.
Well, I once read in this book that there was a sleeping disorder that you fall asleep really fast. So maybe he has narcolepsy.
Do you want to go
think?
up the stairs or not, kid?
No.
Okay, so Milos will step back and then head back towards this area.
As you turn around, Merrick, you notice rapid movement in the water at the opposite door.
At the door that we're now headed back towards.
Yes.
Wait. There's something down there.
Milos would probably do a quick dip into the water to see what he sees beneath the surface. It said quick dip. If you're on my back and not under the water, I can dip down a little bit.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Starting off strong with a 21.
You see, it's hard to make out, because you are at this point roughly 25 feet away from it, and so your dark vision does go out that far, but again, in the water, it is hard to make out, and at first it just looks like a piece of floating debris, a piece of wood, or maybe a stick, and then it moves and wriggles slightly.
At this point, I think Milos would probably shoot at it.
Underwater?
No, I'd come up and then no crossbows fire underwater.
What are you doing?
Fire underwater.
Alright, give me an attack roll at disadvantage.
That's okay. That makes a +7, 17.
And what is the range of a hand crossbow?
3120.
Ooh, you're lucky then. It's almost too far for the crossbow to work underwater. 17 you said to hit?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage for me.
What is it?
5 + 4 makes 9 piercing.
You see your crossbow bolt rocket through the water and embed itself halfway along the length of this weird tubular writhing thing, and as it hits, both sides just go wild and then turn. You see it connect at one point and make a loop and start waving back and forth to rapidly make its way towards you. I need both of you to roll initiative for me.
Sorry, kid. All right, nat 20 + 4, 24.
Woohoo!
Very nice. Let me get my handy dandy whiteboard out here.
That's 13.
21 for Milos.
13 for Merrick.
13 for Merrick.
This is our first. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
This is my first combat. I was hiding and running the first time.
Alright, Milos, you are up first. What are you doing?
Milos is going to cast Wall of Water to set up a barrier wall to wall to keep whatever thing coming towards us away from myself and Mary.
Alright.
What'd you see? What is it?
I don't know, but it's coming fast. And just Milos is gonna quickly just shove his hands up to make the water form a little barrier between them.
Cool. Merrick, you are up. What are you doing? Unless you want to move as well, Milos.
Milos would probably step back towards the stairs so Merrick could step off. Milos can obviously fight underwater. Merrick cannot.
Alright.
So there's a big wall of water.
Yes.
So I wouldn't think that I could get any spells through. So I'm gonna cast Shield on myself.
Alright. Where do you start the... Oh, it has to be from the ground. So it does only protrude 4 feet up.
That's okay.
Above the water itself. But it does... It starts at the floor, goes up through the water, and then comes up 4 feet above the water.
Perfect. So we're only talking, what, 6 feet of clearance? Or, what, 2 feet of clearance then?
About, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, sorry, Merrick.
So yeah, I just cast shield on myself,
Alright.
and
Shield is a reaction, so you don't actually need to use your action to do that. You can wait until you are targeted by an attack.
ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's do
Don't
that.
forget to watch your back, kid. We don't know what's behind us.
I'm going to. Yeah, I can't see in this other room, right? I mean, I have dark vision, so how far can I see into this next room?
Into
behind
the
us?
next room behind you.
With the stairs going down.
Yeah. With you being at the bottom of the stairs, you can see. You can't see much of the room. You can kind of just see the. Oh, come on. Sorry, tools are not working for me right now. There we go. You can kind of just see the roof of the like first 5-10, or you can really see the roof into the center of the room, but you can't see much just because the angle is so sharp on these stairs. You can't see into the room very well.
Okay.
You could
just
climb
the
up
angle.
this-
It's not because it's too dark.
Right, and so you could climb up to the top of the stairs and try and be sneaky and look in, or you
Yeah,
could.
I'm just gonna kind of just crawl up the stairs and peek my head up to see what I can see.
Give me a stealth check.
Ooh, not bad, not bad. +2, 17.
All right. With that, climb up to the top of the stairs, and you see a massive, muscled, matted furred mound curled up on the ground about 10 feet to your left. And you see a colorful figure with 2 ears poking up in the silhouette and black fur petting it.
Myth, is that you?
And you see one of the figure's ears go, and then as they turn, you see, you know when you look at a cat and their eyes are just reflecting what little light there is in the darkness?
Showing the true spirit of demon within all of them, yeah?
Exactly.
Correct.
And so you just see those two beady points of light as the head whips around.
Oh, hello, friend. Be very quiet, please.
We're kind of in a pickle.
Yes, I have noticed.
I don't know what to do.
Shh.
Sorry.
All right,
That's my turn.
Milos. What is your... What are the issues with going through a wall of water?
So the wall of water is... So I can make it 30 feet long. So wall of anything you can kind of manipulate to fit. How wide is the room, which is going to dictate how thick the wall is.
Roughly. About 20 feet across.
Okay. So that would make it then. So it's going to be 2 sets of panels magic wise between this creature would have to go to. The panels themselves have an AC of 5 and 15 hit points apiece.
Is there anything in the spell that says that it restricts movement?
Wall is difficult terrain.
Okay, thank you. Then yeah, the creature manages, let's
And
see.
this does last up to 10 minutes.
So because of that, the creature can't quite get to you. Because
Does it attempt to?
It does.
Can I get a better look of it as it tries to get through?
So it's still in the hoop formation, and you just see it like wiggling back and forth as the hoop. and all of a sudden it rockets across from where it is on its side of the room. It rockets across. It gets caught up in the wall of water and has to, spend the extra movement just trying to get through it. And because of that, it comes up short, but still rockets through and is coming at you. Doesn't get the chance to attack, but it is it's a reptile with a snake head at one end of the loop sticking out, and another snake head at the other side of the danger noodle, gripping on behind the first snake head to form a loop.
So instead of cat dog, it's cat snake.
It's snake.
Is this, what is it called, an Ouroboros?
Oh, the
Like what PK
Ouroboros,
has
yeah,
right
yeah.
here. Yeah,
The Ouroboros,
yeah.
pretty much. All right,
Neat. So we're fighting a mythological creature. Neat.
Right. And then Myth is going to slowly stop petting the creature, walk backwards towards you, Merrick, and they will come to the stairs and just sit down on the top step and do the thing that you see like 4-year-olds do, where they put their hand on the step, like reach down and just go down butt at a time, like butt step at a time.
Yeah, only 4-year-olds, not grown men. Nope.
Never once have I done that. I definitely don't crawl on all fours up the stairs either.
Merrick,
Oh my god, every time.
Yeah.
You have to, every time.
Merrick, we should be getting away from this creature over here because they are quite big, quite dangerous, and I do not know how long I can keep them asleep.
Oh, yeah, I agree, but like, here's the thing. There's also something over here that Milos is keeping on that side of the water.
Oh, wonderful. Should we go see if we can help, maybe?
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
That's what we do.
Let's go.
We're sailors. Yeah.
And they put their hand out. They don't stand up from the steps. They just put their hand out and kind of pull you down so the two of you can start scooching down the steps together. Milos, we are back to you.
All right. So is this in
It is right up on you.
Right, in proximity? Where am I at on the stair? Am I close to the stairs? Am I not close to the stairs?
I'd say you're like right at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
Just because they are coming up out of the water, so you're just at the bottom of them. You let off Merrick so he could climb up the stairs.
So if I stood on the stairs, would I be able to give myself solid ground to attack it with my cutlass?
Sure.
Cool. We're gonna go with that then.
All right.
Nice. 17 plus 7 makes 24.
That is absolutely going to hit.
And that will not be great, so that's going to be 6 slashing. No, Oh, wait, this is a sword, so technically it'd be piercing.
Okay. Still, it doesn't matter too much, because as this two-headed snake comes across the water, just like motorboating its way across the top of the water, it just comes up and like as it's coming up to you at the stairs, just and lunges at you, you just kind of hold your sword out and it impales itself on the sword. And
Stupid
as
snake.
the one head is like stuck on the sword, you see the back head like let go, thrash around and try and get at you, and then slowly go limp and fall down into the water.
I think problem solved, guys, but I've never seen a two-headed snake before. That's not a two-headed snake. There's a snake on both sides. Merrick, I think this is your department.
Oh.
You see Myth with Merrick now coming down the stairs.
We have to be very, very quiet.
Very quiet.
Yes, very quiet. Yeah.
And they reach up their hand and try and pull you down to scooch down on the steps as well.
We are fighting things. Why are we butt scooching?
Because I do not want to fight the thing that is upstairs.
Jesus Christ, I need to get
I didn't
out of
tell
here.
you. There's a thing upstairs.
Yes, there is a thing upstairs. I have to sleep right now. But until I do not know how long I can keep it asleep. That is the problem.
All right, so back we go. Mary,
Yes.
get on my back. And I'm going
But
to
wait.
lower wall of water.
Like, I'm too curious. Like, I'm gonna just... Hold on 1 second, let me just check something. And this thing is dead, right?
The two-headed snake? Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna just go up to it, and do I recognize it from any books that I've read?
Give me a history check.
With advantage.
It's true.
Boser's come so far since Valor.
I know. Valor was my training wheel, so just big oath. 14.
No. You've heard of, I mean, clearly you've heard of snakes, and you've read of all sorts of different kinds of snakes, but you've never heard of a two-headed snake. Or you have, but like, sometimes they'll have the two heads on one, and sometimes they'll grow that way because of something happened to them in the egg, but never a head on both sides.
Wow. And how big is this thing?
It is roughly 10 to 12 feet long.
Dang.
Jesus.
It's like, can I take it with me? I just think real quick. Cog, do you know what this is?
Not for sure, but there were some experiments like this back at the Institute.
Really? I never saw those.
There were many
Seems like a
locked
solid
doors.
thing to do. Double mouths to feed, 0 digestion. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what you fuse together.
There were many locked doors at the Institute.
Okay. I'm just gonna go to Milos and climb on his back.
Uh-oh, did Boser freeze for you as well? So, you go back into the previous room. Myth is struggling to keep up, but manages to swim behind as well.
Milos would head towards this direction.
Alright. So you do feel the current pick up as you get closer to that opening.
Myth, do you swim well?
Yes.
Okay, this current's getting a little strong, so hug the wall, grab what you can to help slow yourself and steady yourself.
Oh, of course. And you see the current pick up Myth, who is not as strong of a swimmer as you, and start to drag them down into the cave. But they grab onto the wall, they slip, and then you see their claws come out. So they grip onto the stone, and you hear a...
Can I attempt to grab?
What's that?
Can I attempt to grab her arm?
Oh,
Their arm?
They've got the wall, and they are slowly, like, you see...
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
now.
you see, like, a foot-long trail of claw marks in the wall
I don't like that. No.
as they catch themselves, and then get a footing underneath them as well, and slowly, like, you see their claws retract, come back out as they grab another piece of rock, retract, come back out as they grab another piece of rock, and they just make their way down slowly that way.
It is
I'm
okay.
so uncomfortable right now.
It is okay, friends. I have this.
Does that hurt?
No.
Yes.
What do we see looking into?
Would you like to get close enough to try and peer down into the cave? Because you're
I
currently
think-
treading water at the top before the current really picks up.
Right, I think seeing how Myth would respond, like how Myth's body reacted to that current, I think Milos would probably go up towards and hug the wall and peer around before just like wading into the current.
Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's great. Nat 20,
Hell yeah. You
which
don't...
is needed with my +0
Yep.
modifications.
So as you get up close, you feel the current start to pick up, and you just kind of backpedal to counter that extra current pull, and like very gracefully make your way over to the wall, grab onto it, keeping Merrick above the water
Yes, please.
the entire time. And so you get Merrick over to the wall, and Merrick, it's not a great climb, so you can either try and stay on Milos's back, and this is going to mean disadvantage for you, Milos, going down, or you can try and just climb your way down.
I'm probably gonna want to feel like I stay on his back.
Okay. So
Even
looking
though I
down,
think I'm stronger than you.
looking down
Probably.
through the cave, because it does angle down slightly, you see the water go about 20 feet, and then just it goes over a short edge, but you can see the floor beyond it, and it just kind of spreads out enough and gets soaked up into the dirt of the cave floor, the sand of the cave floor over there, that you realize, oh, there's some open ground there that we can get ourselves onto.
Gotcha. Would there be... I think I still have a rope. Would there be anything else I could tie off on? Like, I know that cave walls a lot of times have been smooth.
You
Are there
could
any jagged pieces?
You could make your way back to the pillar for sure. Otherwise, you're going to need to give me an investigation check.
Investigation. I'm great at that. 8 plus 8 makes 16.
Give me another strength saving throw.
Wait, hold on. I got to make sure that actually isn't a 17 because of... Nope. Okay, we're good.
So 16, give me a strength saving throw as you are moving around.
That's only a 14 this time.
You slip.
Shit.
You are looking for a place to set up the rope, and one of the rocks comes out. And you fall,
Hold your breath.
catch yourself, and make your way back up. Merrick, give me a strength saving throw to keep your hold on Milos.
Slips, chokes me.
Ooh. -1, 14.
You
-1. I thought you were stronger than us.
are
Thought
wrapped,
so, but I might be wrong.
you are wrapped up in the backpack and cloak that Milos has well enough, where you do not get washed away by the current. However, you do hear a hep as Myth gets sucked down by the current and dragged down below.
Milos would immediately let go and pencil dive following. I just told you to hold your breath. I didn't tell you to not hold your breath anymore.
You're saying
Merrick,
this underwater?
give me a strength saving throw.
15.
Okay, you hold on. Milos, give me a dex saving throw with disadvantage.
I'm still good at that one. So you want the 17 or the nat 20?
Disadvantage.
So 17 plus 7 makes 24.
Very nice. So you managed to pencil dive in. With a pencil dive, you mean like feet first, right?
Yeah, just
okay.
tightening
Perfect.
it. And then, yep.
Pencil dive in. You face the rocky bottom to make sure that Merrick doesn't grind along it. And as you feel it get a little bit close, you push off, push out, arc out over the ground below, and then land with a 3-point landing in the sand.
Blade pose.
Exactly. And the sand gives just enough give where you don't take any falling damage. But you see Myth just getting pounded by the water as, like, you know how a cat looks when they're wet.
Just defeated, ears sunk down low.
Ears sunk down as the water's just pounding down on them from above, and they push themselves up. And you see that they've got, like, they're holding their hip a little bit as they're coming up out of the water there. There's a little pool where the water comes down and hits, but you can see that it generally sticks to the cave wall. If you are turning back and facing the mini waterfall, I'm revealing it as I'm talking, but if you look back at the mini waterfall, it kind of sticks to the wall to the right, and follows that wall to go back and join up with the underground river that is now behind you. There you go.
Okay.
And then the sand does soak up a decent amount of the moisture and excess water in this room. So like all the sand is wet sand, but sand
You know what wet
nonetheless.
sand does? Shows footprints. I would like to investigate to see if any of the sand has been disturbed.
You got it. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
13 plus 7 makes dirty 20.
Very nice.
You are rolling like a champ today.
I'm rolling things to my advantage.
You do see, dragon footprints. As
Small dragon footprints?
Small dragon footprints.
Okay. Because that makes a big difference.
In this area. And with that dirty 20, you can kind of tell the story of landing about where you landed, making their way over to the river, turning around and strafing right and left as if they were defensively standing off with something. And then large gaps in between, but landing. So right about here is where you find them they step forward here and then disappear and then reappear over here and then disappear and reappear over here.
Sounds like long stride.
And then looking around, you also notice regular footprints, but they're a little bit harder to follow just because it's Gaia. Gaia is
Okay.
Yeah, Gaia is made to be, or you can assume it's Gaia but Gaia
Right.
Gaia knows how to be light-footed
Yep.
and not leave tracks. So
Myth, as you can see, we don't have Gaia. Some shit went sideways. We need to find him as soon as possible.
Gaia's a bad man.
Subjective. We're not going to sit here and throw stones when we don't know what the Institute did either.
Institute didn't do anything wrong.
I am very confused.
So am I, but sounds like they're both assholes and I'm stuck in the middle of it.
Institute?
Yeah, where I'm from.
Oh, okay. That explains everything.
Made that too. Oh, wait, I wouldn't know that. Never mind.
So,
And Milos is going to start following Nuri's tracks because that would be the easier one to...
Myth leans down to you, Merrick.
I guess we are to follow the Milos?
Yeah, well, we're trying to find Nuri, because I hope she's okay. And it looks like she went this way.
Right. Very good. Would you like to hold my hand? I am a little of the scared here.
That's okay. I am too.
Perfect. We can be a little of the scared together.
And they grab your hand and hurriedly make their way off to follow Milos. Milos, you give me a survival check.
Okay.
Because it is an investigation to notice tracks, but it is a survival check to follow them.
16 plus 5, 21.
Very nice. So you have followed the tracks into a new cave formation. And so the three of you make your way through this, down into this new cave, drier. It starts to angle up and away from the water, and the earth around you starts to become less sand and mud and more earth, more rock.
And is everything still very geometrically...
Yes.
Okay.
Not as geometric as the walls, it's still raw stone, but still all the raw stone on this island seems to have a seems to have a geometry to it still.
Gotcha.
Like patterns, like they all look almost the same?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Milos would be proceeding forward with crossbow in hand still. He is very concerned.
Looking around, you come up to a junction, essentially. There is a drop-off in front of you. There is a pathway to the left that follows the drop-off, and then there is a pathway to the right that also follows the drop-off a little bit. You see the dragon tracks make their way up to the edge of the drop-off and disappear.
I would like to do I would like to peer over the drop-off and do a perception check to see what we're going to be getting into.
Sure.
By proceeding forward.
Go ahead and give
What
me
do you
a
see,
perception
Milos?
check.
16 plus perception 5, 21.
21. Alright. It's still difficult to see because you have dark vision, but
60 feet of dark vision.
yeah, 60 feet of dark vision. So out towards the edge of that, it does get hard to see, or even beyond the 30 feet, it's hard to see because it's still dim light. Or no, it's 60 feet that you can see regular, and then another 60 feet on top of that's dim light, isn't it?
Let me double check that. Yes.
Oh boy. So yeah, this entire room is not bright, but clear enough to you that you can see with what little light that there is coming in, just reflecting off of surfaces. And so you see movement down below, and I'll get back to that movement, because off to your right there is a natural catwalk that forms that kind of goes, there's a recession about 30 feet away off to the right, and then another recession in the wall about 50 feet away, but it comes to a dead end, and both of those recessions are just kind of like alcoves in the wall.
Gotcha.
Off to your left there's an alcove about 40 feet away, another one about 50 feet away, but the catwalk continues, slopes down to meet up with where the bottom of this drop-off is. A cave that branches off to the left about 55 feet away, and then a cave that branches off, and your line of sight is cut off by a wall as this cave curves off to the right further away about 60 feet.
Okay.
But down below you see I wish that I hadn't lost all the encounters that I made. Apparently I forgot to press the save button when I closed Google, or
Bane of a DM's existence.
yeah, Firefox last night. But you see movement down below. Yeah. Oh, lost it again. No, come back. There we go. You see movement down below as two cat-shaped creatures seem to be prowling around down there. Merrick, you actually hear you actually hear the movement and low growls going back and forth.
There's something down there, Milos. What is it?
I think Nuri's tracks lead them here, but there's some type of creature down there waiting for us, and I don't think it's them.
I'm gonna get down on my hands and knees and crawl over to the edge and just kind of peer over to see for myself.
Give me a perception check, and this way I can figure out if I can just give both of you the same description.
Yeah. That's a 15.
Myth comes up next to you and is peering over the side as well. And they just go,
Oh, kitty.
Ooh, no.
not loud, it just like lies down and like comes up.
Oh, kitty.
And the two of you see these two, they're rather large cats. Larger than the average human by a decent amount. They have, you see as they walk around, paw, 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 paw.
Shit.
6
You bastard.
legs. And you see the tail whipping back and forth. Then you realize it's not one tail, but 2. And then a third.
You know you've read the Monsters Handbook, Monsters Manual too many times.
You know you've seen Avatar too many times.
And you realize that 2 of the tails are actually connected just behind the shoulder blades. And when the 2 large cats confront each other, the 2 tails behind the shoulder blades kind of come up at attention and hover back and forth kind of like snakes, ready for a strike.
I'm not saying you guys were in the wrong, but if this is another Institute creation, I'm not really trusting what your guys' intent with Nuri was.
Merrick, do be careful with those down there. They are not friends.
Did the Institute make those?
Make no, but enhance.
Fabricate, yes.
Definitely.
Why didn't I know about any of this?
There was very much about the Institute that you did not know. They wanted to make sure that your education was complete, more filled out before they started to introduce you to more of the outlandish things that the Institute did.
Outlandish. Milos Smith? I'm whispering this. If Noe went that way, we have to go after her.
Can all 3 of you, or rather can the 2 of you, and I'll do it for Myth, can the 2 of you give me stealth checks, please?
15?
That's a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't build him to be stealthy.
Oh boy. So, Milos, you feel a tingling in your nose as you are belly to the ground, trying to keep from being seen above the ridge of this drop-off. Starts to tickle. You try and hold it in. Cover your mouth. Cover your nose. It subsides. As you hurriedly try and cover your mouth and nose again, but a sneeze comes out. As all 3 of you see both of the beasts below turn. You see 4 pinpricks of light as they are eyeing you, and I need you to roll initiative for me.
Damn allergies.
Damn allergies.
15. I'm only rolling really well every time because I'm using a different die every time.
You gotta mix it up.
Ooh, good for Myth. Alright,
Look at all that empty tattoo space that needs filled.
Merrick, what was your initiative roll?
15.
15. Milos, what was yours?
16.
16. Alright, so we've got They didn't roll poorly on their initiative rolls. You all just rolled really well. Makes sense, though. You are peering over at them. So, Myth is going to stand up, realize, oh, I guess the geek is, how you say, up?
I don't know. I've never heard that before.
Oh, well, never mind then. And
Surface phrases are weird. I've got no idea.
she pulls out a jar from within, or they pull out a jar from within the folds of their cloak.
She has a jar too.
And they throw it at the ground in between the two displacer beasts. They yell out something in... Do either of you speak Sylvan?
I do.
So yeah, you hear Myth yell out an incantation in Sylvan as the glass jar shatters on the ground and molasses expands out, or explodes out from the jar, hovers in the air, and then settles on the muscles of the display of the beasts below. And they get a wisdom saving throw. One succeeds. The other one fails. No, matching succeeds. Both of them succeed. So they settle, and you just see both of the cats below just stretch their muscles and shake off the molasses that was trying to cling to their fur. She just goes, shit, and drops back down to the ground, lying down. So, Milos, you are up. What are you doing?
Milos is going to probably fire the crossbow at them.
All right. Go ahead and give me that attack roll. Which one are you firing at? The one on the left or the one on the right?
We'll say the one on the left.
All right.
And how far are they from... We're up above them? They're
Yep.
down in the pit below?
Yes. So you came up about here. So they are... This cliffside is about 10 foot. It's about a 10-foot drop.
Okay.
Just far enough where dropping down, you'd have to be careful to not twist an ankle.
Mm-hmm.
So they're roughly 30 feet away from you right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. I can do this.
Aha!
Ho ho.
Tokens!
Huzzah!
Tokens indeed. Do not pay attention to the grid. The grid is like, if you use the measurement tool, it's roughly what it's supposed to be. Also, I guess the grid's not too far off. But each square is a little bit more than 5 feet, so.
Okay. That was a 25 to hit and then 10 piercing if it hits.
You do actually get advantage on this because you are at a...
So I get sneak attack?
So you do get sneak attack because you are firing at them from a elevated position.
That's a 19, so a 26.
26
Nice.
is absolutely going to hit.
So 10 piercing plus 3d6 sneak attack damage. Oh, I've been waiting.
Rogue shit!
That's another 11, so that's 21 points of damage altogether.
21 points. And which one was this? The one on the left or right?
The one on the left.
All right. 21 points of damage. Dang. The creature snarls. And then crouches down, getting ready to pounce. Milos, what else do you want to do with your turn?
How large are there boulders of any size in this area?
Yeah, there's some rocks. So looking at the map, there's going to be like the rocks that you see on the map.
Okay.
Those are pretty accurate.
Okay.
So the one off to your right is going to be big enough. If you can make it over here, that's going to be big enough. This one, it's going to be a little bit harder to hide behind because it's up against the rock or up against the wall. Or you could make your way over to one of the alcoves.
Milos would probably make it over here into this area. Sorry, I got to highlight. And then I'm going to hide kind of in between the boulders to kind of give myself
Cool. Let me give you a revelation then.
Revelation?
In the most technical sense of the word.
Okay. Seeing this now, Milos would probably go towards this one then.
All right.
So that way he still has a view of...
You can make it about this far. You got a bonus action to dash if you want to, being a rogue.
Yeah, okay, that's what we'll do. We'll dash and then come back into here.
All right.
So that way I can still get a viewpoint on them, but if they come up, then I can kind of work my way behind them.
Yep.
Sorry,
All right.
map. I can't.
Merrick, you are up.
I am going to kind of stand up a little bit. I'm like, okay, I can help. And I'm going to roll up my big old sleeves and
Put his arms back down and they fall back down.
just like, and utter something in Gnomish and do a hand signal and blast my hands towards the displacer beasts.
Here,
Just
how
say-
big the room is. I cast Fireball.
Say sorry, kitties. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at
All right.
first level.
So you've got 3 things. You don't need to roll. You're firing all 3 at one?
Yeah.
All right. Which one, left or right?
Right.
Cool. Go ahead and roll the damage for me.
They automatically hit.
Yeah, that's magic missile for you.
Oh my god, I love this.
Not super powerful, but it's an automatic hit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's still cool. Okay. 1d4, 2d4, 3d4.
As soon as you said 4 paws, 5 paws, immediately went to Displacer Beast.
It's 2, 3, 4, 5 damage.
5 points of damage total.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, just as the creature below the displacer beast, because the gig is up now. Displacer beast gets knocked on one side and then 2 on the other side, and just. And anything else with your turn, Merrick?
I'm going to do my best. Is this a? This is a rock to my right.
Yes.
I'm just gonna scurry over there. Sorry, just because I can't pan the map easily and move my character. Are you able to move me behind that rock?
I can absolutely do that.
Thank you.
So, with that, the 2 displacer beasts down there are going to... Yep. Both leap up. It's like
They can do that.
they take a leap, they grab onto like the rock wall a little bit, and then jump up the last of the way to the top. Again, it's only a 10-foot it's only a 10-foot drop, and it's not just a flat wall. It's a steep slope.
Yeah.
They can
So with 6 legs, they're just galloping up.
They're basically mountain lions, so they just kind of leap up and then leap up, and then same thing with the other one. They kind of cross paths, so now the one that was on the left is on the right, and the one that was on the right is on the left.
As long as you're keeping track of hit points, that's all I care.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
One of them
that's
is going to go
confusing.
after. The left one had. There we go. And the right one had. There we go. No, come on. Keep track. Alright, I'm gonna have to do something real quick. Give me un momento, por favor.
Only because you said por favor. Otherwise, it's fuck you, Jeps. It's get your shit together.
Oh, I don't want you to see the numbers. Oh, can you see the red bar above the creature?
Nope. No.
Good. All right.
I think that's a specific GM feature.
Good, good, good. I love that. Yes, perfect. So, The one on the right now is going to go... The one closest to Myth is going to attack them. And that's going to be 2 attacks.
Big oofs.
Big oofs indeed.
Do you do flanking, Jeffsits?
If you are directly opposite.
Okay. So just out of curiosity, would I have flanking on the one fighting Myth then?
No, because you need to be adjacent to the creature to flank.
Oh, gotcha.
But you do get your sneak attack still because of an enemy of the enemy is within 5 feet. So you still get sneak attack, but just not advantage.
Okay, that's what I'm trying, because I gotta be... I don't know what Myth is capable of, so I think I gotta be big damage here.
So, creature's going to attack. That's going to hit Myth for the first attack. Second attack is not going to hit Myth. So it's going to be... $10 points of damage on Myth.
Oof.
As
I
the
can take
creature...
about 4 of those before I die.
As the creature, it looks like they're about to pounce on them, and then the 2 tentacles from behind their shoulder blades come around and just rake across Myth. They manage to get their arm up, and it just wraps around the leather reinforcement of their dress, comes off, or bounces off slightly, scratches into it a little bit, but no damage to Myth. The other one wraps around their leg, and you see blood start to pour down Myth's leg.
Bad kitty.
And then the other one is going to prowl around the rock and go after you, Eric.
Nope.
Does a... Oh, where'd it go? There we go. Does a 14 hit?
Yes,
Shit.
How about a 13?
But you have shield
Yes.
reaction.
but not if I use shield as a reaction.
Are you using shield as a reaction?
I am using shield as a reaction.
Give me a d20 roll.
Shit.
This could go well.
You are muted, T.
9.
9? Alright, you're fine. Shield goes up. Do either one hit?
No.
Alright.
How long does shield last?
Until the start of my next turn.
Start of
Gotcha.
your next turn. Oh, I was hoping it was until the end. Oh well. So, that is the kitty's turn. Myth is up, and Myth is going to... reach out their hand, and again you hear an incantation in Sylvan, Milos, as Myth reaches out, points at the one directly in front of them. Oh, that's gonna do it. Not kill them, but that's gonna hit. So you see
It's like,
Frost.
great, these guys are weak.
You see Frost start to appear up, or rather, Merrick, you're the only one within view, so you see Frost start to appear up around, or on the ground around the Displacer Beast in front of Myth as it crawls up the legs of the creature, and they have to try and struggle to break free as their muscles start to lock up. Does 1d6 cold damage, 3. And Myth is going to try and drop down. They take some damage as they clumsily slide down the wall there, or the decline there. The Displacer Beast is going to make a swipe at them, but misses as their muscles kind of atrophy for just a moment. They manage to break free of the frost after that point and snarl down at Myth below them. Up next, we've got Milos.
Seeing Myth separate herself from Merrick, Milos would put himself opposite of Merrick to help him fight that Displacer Beast.
To do that, with your, unless you want to use a bonus action to dash.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to hide this go around because
Alright.
I'm going to make sure Merrick doesn't get killed. So yeah, I'll use my bonus action to.
So you could either use your bonus action to dash, or you could make a, I'd say either athletics or acrobatics check to make your way over the rock here, in between the rock and the wall, to get here, and then come here.
Okay. I am good at acrobatics.
Go ahead and give me that acrobatics check then.
Oh, thank God. That's a 12 plus 7, 19.
Yeah, you dive through
I saw
that.
the 2 and panicked. I was like, ah!
You dive through that hole. You barely manage to get up onto the rock, but you slide across the rest of it, drop down, tuck, roll, and then hop back up. You are now within melee range of both displacer beasts, but you are flanking, so you have your
Perfect.
action and bonus action still.
Okay, so I'm going to use my cutlass
All right.
to attack the displacer beast that was going at Merrick because can't have
You do have advantage on this attack.
Oh, great, because that was a necessary. So that's going to be a 16 to hit. Hopefully.
That is going to hit, as the displacer beast is trying to keep track of both you and Merrick on the other side. You manage to cut across its flank. Damage.
And then in turn, that's going to be 8 points of slashing plus 13 points of sneak attack.
Total of
So 21 again.
All right.
Nice.
Very nice. So this is not the one that you attacked the first time.
That's okay.
But you catch it along the flank and it turns to try and get out of the way, but with the way that you slashed across it, you managed to cut all the way along its body and actually lop off one of the ears. And it's got blood pouring down its right side now as it is just at the two of you. Bonus action.
I'm not super versed in fighters. I have 2 weapon fighting. Does that allow me to use a dagger to make a second attack?
Yep. If you are... Generally, you just get to make the second attack without your ability modifier to add to the damage. Second attack is rolled normally.
Okay.
Damage is just lessened, unless you have
Sure.
the feat or the fighting style that allows you to do so otherwise.
I just have my actions in combat, 2 weapon fighting.
Cool, so yeah, go ahead and roll that second attack as normal.
Okay.
And it's a dagger, you said?
Yeah, that would be my offhand.
Cool.
13 plus dagger is 7, so dirty 20.
That's gonna hit. Go ahead, and it's just a D4 of damage, no dexterity bonus. Because it's reasonable that you would have done this without mentioning, I'm gonna say that you pulled your cutlass out as you ran off behind the rock,
Yeah, sorry.
and then pulled your dagger out as you came out and moved this way, because you can draw a single weapon as part of your movement action. To draw a second
Okay.
weapon, you have to use, I think it's your action.
Okay, gotcha.
So just keep that in mind moving forward.
Noted.
But yeah, so another 4
And
points
that's
of damage
4
on
more
that.
points of damage. So 25 in turn for that.
Alright, that creature is not happy, and now turns to you
That was unfortunately my plan.
as its new target. Merrick, you are up. What are you doing?
Thanks, Milos, but I got your back. I'm going to remain stalwart and puff up my chest. Get my hands out. And it's just this, like, red flame kind of ignites in the back of my eyes. No.
I'm going to warn you. If it's
Yeah.
a ranged spell attack,
Yeah?
it is at disadvantage because they are within 5 feet of you. It is at advantage
Ooh,
because
okay.
you are flanking, so it's just a straight roll. If it's a melee spell attack, advantage because you are flanking. If it's a save of any kind for the displacer beast, just a regular throw.
Got it. Okay. Then this... If I back up, I lose advantage.
You back up, you lose
would take an
advantage,
attack of opportunity.
and you take an attack of opportunity. So if you're doing a ranged one, it's better just to stay there and do it.
I'm going to stay there. And I'm going to cast Firebolt.
All right. Go ahead and give me that attack roll.
Come on, that's a 17.
That's gonna hit. Go ahead and give me the damage on that.
Give me 2d10, baby. I like sorcerers.
They're fun.
Firebolt's one of the few cantrips that scales, right?
Hell yeah, it does.
All cantrips scale. Or not all, but all damaging cantrips scale.
Gotcha.
This seems broken, kind of, but that's a 17 damage.
Yeah. Nope, it's advantage anyway. So, as you are attacking these creatures, you do notice that they shift slightly every time that your eyes move. And so, like, with your eyes darting around, they kind of seem blurred and don't seem to stay in one place at any given time. Doesn't affect any of the rolls because you've been rolling with advantage or disadvantage one way or the other. But, it is much harder to hit these creatures than you thought.
But I do hit.
You do hit.
Okay.
And so the creature, you hit it right in the back leg. And you
Hold on. I have a cool image in my mind.
Okay.
So I roll up my sleeves and I like create a flame like you've seen before, but then you see me like kind of focus and it just like goes to second level.
Ooh.
And I just like blast it right at its butthole. Right in that little cat butt.
You hear
Right in his sphincter.
echoing throughout the entire cave system as it jumps up onto its hind legs and turns around and cannot decide which one of you to go after now. Anything else with your
I did
turn?
more damage. It should be me.
Bonus action or movement?
Nope, there's not much I can do, so I'm just
right.
gonna stay there and I'm terrified, but I'm not gonna move because you don't hurt my friend.
The Displacer Beast, between the two of you, the first one, or it's going to lash out one of its tentacles at you, Milos, does a 13 hit.
Does not.
The second one is going to go after you, Merrick, does a 13 hit.
Yes, but as a reaction this time, I'm gonna use Bend Luck.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
And when another creature you can see makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can use your reaction and spend 2 sorcery points to roll a 1d4 and apply the number rolled as a bonus or penalty of your choice to the
Very
creature's
nice.
roll.
Go, roll that 1d4.
Give me a d4. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. More than 1. It's a 4!
Alright, it is reduced down to a 9, and that, I'm assuming, does not hit. Alright, so yeah, as it hits, and you shudder at the thought of it hitting, or you shudder at the reaction of it scratching across your face and chest, and you go, no! And suddenly time shatters, shifts, rearranges, and all of a sudden,
Now we're in a new timeline.
now you are in a new timeline where you never
TVA's
got
pissed
hit.
off.
And the memory of you getting hit is still there, but you check, your face is still intact. There's no gaping wound on your chest. You're okay. The other one is going to look back and forth at the two of you, growl, or look over its shoulder at you specifically, Milos, growl, and then leap down at Myth below.
Attack of opportunity because he was in range of me.
Yes, go ahead and roll that attack
Get
of
him.
opportunity.
Get after him.
No,
14 plus 7. 21.
that is at disadvantage.
Damn it. 2 plus 7 makes 9.
9? That is not going to hit. So, the creature... Oh! Sorry. I misread that. It was hit by an attack, so the shifting on this one has paused. And
Gotcha.
you take advantage of the opportunity to slash at it as it leaps down
Awesome.
after Myth. Go ahead and roll that damage
Nice.
for me.
7.
7, alright. It is going to leap at Myth, though. And this is going to be... That's only an 11 to hit, which does not work. It leaps down and Myth scrambles up off the ground and roll, or doesn't even scramble up off the ground. They fell to the ground as they dropped down, and they just kind of roll over to the side, out of the way, and you just hear, shit, 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 from below, as this Displacer Beast is essentially on top of Myth. Very bad situation for them to be in right now, but that is the Displacer Beast's turn, and you see that one down below start to shift and shudder back and forth again, as well as the one in front of you shift and shudder back and forth again. Alright. Up next is Myth, who is going to... Oh, sorry. I only rolled 1d6 for that. Okay, another 2 damage on the one that Myth attacked before. I forgot. Cantrip scale, and Myth is level 5, so they absolutely get the extra d6 on that. You hear... So what shadows there are in the cave system here get darker as you hear Myth start to chant. And it seems under their breath, but it fills and echoes throughout the cave. And Myth is going to hex the Displacer Beast in front of them. Yeah, and that's going to be it. That's the bonus action. They're going to... in Sylvan again, you hear Myth calling out, please, friends, help me. I could really use it right now. As you hear a buzzing noise start to grow from below. You can't really see what's happening down there. Neither one of you can. But you hear the creature growl as it does not manage to fight off whatever is happening down there. Uh-oh. Did something disconnect? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Something disconnected, and I'm worried about what it is. It's probably just a controller, but I just got very scared there for a second.
Computer dies.
Right. You hear the creature yowl, and then... Oh, a d4. Oh, alright, interesting. Creature moves there, and Myth stands up, and then moves back here. Alright. Up next, we've got Milos. You do hear just Myth quietly. Thank you. And Milos, what are you doing?
All right. Is Milos in a position that he can see down?
Not quite.
Because he would have heard Myth cry out for help.
You would have to circle around a little bit. It would be like the equivalent of a 5-foot step. So you could move there, look over, and then move back into position without any attacks of opportunity.
Gotcha.
And kind of decide from there. But it will take up 5 feet of your movement.
That's okay. I think Milos would look at this as, while Myth does need help, she is immediately out of attack range at the moment, and nothing against Myth, but Merrick is kind of his responsibility.
All right.
So Milos is going to continue to attack the Displacer Beast.
This one's got to be close.
Oh,
And then I will be doing the 2-weapon fighting again to attack him with
Alright.
both the cutlass and the dagger.
Are you going to be flanking it again?
Yes.
All right, moving back into flanking position. So, base roll. With flanking, I need you to read through the sneak attack real quick.
Read through. If you're questioning the disadvantage, then no, sneak attack doesn't work. Because at the very bottom it says you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll.
Well, I know that it's placed specifically So I want
Once
to...
per turn, you deal an extra 3d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack with a finesse or ranged weapon if you have advantage on the attack roll. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. That enemy is incapacitated and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll.
You still have advantage on the attack. Because even though advantage and disadvantage cancel out to a straight roll, you still have both advantage and disadvantage, and the advantage still counts towards the sneak attack, regardless of the disadvantage. So, base roll, but you do get your sneak attack.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. That is my ruling on it, at least, and I just wanted to make sure that I was remembering the rules of sneak attack properly, and that's how I interpret those rules. So
Okay.
we can look it
It's
up
your
later.
house.
Yeah, we can look it up later, and we'll talk
later on.
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
talk.
8 plus 7 makes so 15.
That is just barely going to hit.
Oh, thank God.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll that damage for me.
So base attack is going to do 6 plus sneak attack.
Are you doing both attacks to it?
14. Yeah, that was just the first attack,
Yeah.
but yeah, both attacks will be going.
Go ahead and roll the second attack for me as well.
That one is a 9 plus 7, so 16.
Hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's only 1.
1. Alright. So, you stab down with your dagger to pin one of the tails in place, and then you
So
come
weirdly enough, again, another 21 points of damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you go to pin one of the tails in place, pin it to the ground, swing your cutlass around and try and lop off the tentacle to try and like keep it from attacking as much. It manages to rip the tentacle free, so it's split and torn, but still intact, and you end up just cutting a deep gash across one of its shoulder blades.
Nice.
So a total of 21 points of damage. This creature is not looking good, but
hope
still
not.
hanging on.
Come on.
Would you like to move, Milos?
No, because I'm assuming once again that if I'm doing damage to it, I'm hoping it's going to focus on me and not Merrick.
You got it. Merrick, you are up.
Come on, bad kitty. And I'm going to. I'm right there, right?
1,000 fingers of death.
I'm going to. Like the tails are moving around,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna like rush up behind. It's facing Milos.
Yes.
I'm like, I want one of these tails, and I'm gonna grab one and cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the attack roll on that. That is at advantage because it is a melee spell attack, right?
It's a touch. Does it count as a melee?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you have to roll to grab.
And with Milos attacking it, you notice that it's lost its concentration on the shifting and blurring.
Uh huh.
So you are able to clearly see the tail, reach out. So roll with advantage for that.
22 to hit.
That is going to hit. Go ahead and roll the damage for me.
It's 2d8. Ooh, not bad. 9 damage.
9 damage. All right. Still holding on. You see all of its fur just stand on end as this electric current, like you grab onto one of the tentacles, release quickly after the other one tries to like wrap around your wrist, but you grab on enough, the jolt, you feel the energy go up, travel through your arm, shoot through the displacer beast in front of you, and yeah, Milos, you just see all the fur stand on end, and it looks much larger than it did a second ago because of its just floofed out fur, but it doesn't look happy about its floofed out fur. Anything else from you, Merrick?
Milos, he's still pretty strong. And
We got this.
no, I'm just stay there.
All right. It is now the beast's turn, and so it is going to. It'll whip one tail at you, still, Merrick. But that is only a 10 to hit.
Miss.
The other one is going to go after you, Milos, and that's going to be a 25 to hit.
Man, just shy. Sucks to suck to be the beast.
So that's going to be 1d6 plus 4 bludgeoning, 9 plus another d6 of piercing, 5. So 14 points of damage as this comes in around your leg and wraps up. Like, as it was focused, you saw the other tentacle go back, and you're kind of like trying to get in the way, or at least like attack at that tentacle before it hits Merrick. But you didn't notice the one snaking along the ground wrap up around your leg and then catch you in the side as well. It catches there, and you rip your leg free, but not without a good chunk from your side getting torn.
Oh, it definitely took a good chunk.
So, that is that Displacer Beast. The other one is going to look around. Notice,
We'll call it a bitch.
Notice where Myth went. Run up. Actually, can it run that far? Yeah, it can easily run that far. So it's going to run up, and it's going to be a 14 to hit, which just barely hits. And a 22 to hit, which hits. Man.
And I can't see what's going on down there, right?
You cannot see what's going on down there. Let me see if... Nope, Myth does not have any reactions. So that's going to be... 7 plus 2, so 9. And then 7 plus 4, so 11. A total of 20 points of damage. You hear Myth scream out as apparently things are not going well down there. And then after the scream, you hear Myth in Sylvan, or no, in Goblin, they use one of the dirtiest words you've ever heard. If either of you can speak Goblin.
No.
I cannot.
So yeah, you hear them scream something guttural, like yell something guttural, and like you can feel just how bad this word is.
In my headcanon, she learned that from you unintentionally by you following her around so much, speaking and being a terrible, terrible person.
So, that was their turn, and now we are back up to Myth, who is going
She's
to...
pissed.
Yeah.
Put that kitty down.
Yeah, they don't have too much here that's going to help them. You do hear a pop, though. Damn, not enough. Because
Myth's magic ain't going well.
No. As you hear Myth yell out, "Huh!"
Fucking great.
Shit, we lost an NPC. Should have taken cleric.
All right. So that was Myth's turn. Milos, you are up.
Milos, seeing the severity of Myth's situation,
You do not see anything at this point.
hearing
Yeah.
Myth's situation, is going to take the attack of opportunity. Hold on. First and foremost, from my positioning, can I get to the other Displacer Beast with my movement? Because that's going to depend. Do I dash there and take the opportunity attack, or do I disengage and then still have enough movement to get to the Displacer Beast?
Tell you what, if you can give me an athletics check to launch yourself from the top here, you'll take fall damage.
Nat 20!
Oh, yeah? Hey!
So, you will take fall damage,
That's fine.
4 points, but you land on top of the Displacer Beast.
Drive cutlass and dagger straight to the back of its neck.
You get advantage on both attacks.
Attack 1 is an 18. So Cutlass is an 18.
Oh, sorry. No. It is still displacing, so you get advantage but disadvantage, so straight roll for both attacks.
Okay,
But you do
so-
get your sneak attack on the first one.
So 18 then, and then the second one would be a 17.
Both hit. Go ahead and roll the damage for both of those.
Then I'll just roll all these click clacks together. Alright, so we have 10, 20, 22 points of damage in total.
Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, come down on top of it. You get a decent gash along its right shoulder with the cutlass. The dagger sinks in, and you're holding on with the dagger handle as the displacer beast just and is trying to like reach around and claw you off of its back. So that's gonna be your turn, isn't it?
And then Sylvan, I'm going to tell the Displacer Beast to shut the fuck up.
Merrick,
But yes, that will be my turn.
you are up. The single displacer beast. Oh, I didn't actually roll the attack of opportunity against you, Milos.
Oh, we hadn't decided, was I disengaging and moving or was I dashing? Was the conundrum there to solve?
No, so you would just have to make the athletics check to leap,
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying then. Yeah, so attack
And then
opportunity.
and then if you are using both, if you're using the dagger to attack, that's your bonus action.
Oh, that's
So,
right. That's right.
So it is going to hit you with an 18
Yep.
for 11 points of damage.
Milos is bloody than a motherfucker.
All right. Merrick, you've got this displacer beast that just turned and swiped at Milos as he leapt off the drop-off next to you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna holler into the cave. Are you guys okay?
I'm good, kid. You got this.
I got this. And I'm just gonna roll up the sleeves, and the light in the back of my eyes lights up. Time to go night-night, kitty. And you shoot. And I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
All right. Go ahead and roll that damage, or roll the attack for me. It is at disadvantage.
At disadvantage?
Yes, because there is no flanking now, and it is displacing back and forth.
Oof. Can I use my inspiration?
You absolutely can. So, it's gonna be
Just a normal roll?
Straight.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in
Or
integrity.
no, we'll do it this way, because inspiration I don't think technically gives you advantage. Roll 2 dice,
Okay.
and then you get to re-roll one of them.
Okay. Cool. I'll take it. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that one. Okay, great. 15.
I actually have to check this one. Hits.
Thank God.
Go ahead and roll the damage for me.
Okay, 2d10, baby. Let's go. Give me something good. 6.
Does your ability to re-roll affect damage, or is it only d20s?
With my bend luck.
Yeah, or have you used it as many times as you can today?
No, I could still use it again as a reaction, and yeah, it's an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
So
So
no
yeah, damage isn't a
Okay.
thing.
Not enough to kill it.
Ah!
So like, it swipes at Milos. You take the opportunity just to like blast it in the side of the face. And burned away the entire cheek.
Oof.
As this creature just then turns slowly.
Hi.
And starts to slowly paw towards you. And we are actually going to call it for this session here.
Ah!
Because we found out that things
Poor
start
Geeks
to
by
get
Geeks has a lot of technical difficulties.
things start to get a little weird with the recordings if we go too long. So we're gonna call it there for now.
Yup. But you can make donations and sub, and maybe one day that won't be a problem.
Maybe one day that won't be a problem for us, but you'll just have to tune in next week to find out what happens with the end of this combat.
So Myth is probably dead.
Until then, please know that we love all of you. And I've been your DM, Jeff Sitz.
I've been your magical Merrick, Boser.
I don't remember what Jeff has called me, so I'm Milos.
And y'all just keep geeking out.
Good
Take care.
night.